Hello, this is the first video in what will be a short series of videos I'm going to call My Storybook. The idea being that if there was a storybook that was about your life, what would the pictures be in it? So this is really my first stab at thinking about that. And I was thinking I would do these stories, these pictures in an actual book, and then I thought, no, I'm going to do them on bits of paper because I might make a mess, and then I'd be fed up. So I've started drawing one, but before I did that, I've done some sort of scrap drawings on a bit of scrap paper with ideas. So my first one here it's not the start of my story, it's a little scene from the garden when my children were little. It's a very idyllic scene to me. So I'm starting on a very positive note, a time when I was things were lovely and happy. So I've got a little kind of veranda-y thing with steps. I've got one of my youngest child there playing with his sandpit. He always had all his sort of trains and tractors in his sandpit all the time. And then this is my oldest son and my daughter and our cat and some apple trees. So my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bash at drawing that, and then probably in the next couple of videos I'll show you what else I'm going to do. What I have done here is really concentrate on a few elements to pull the picture all together. So I've got these apple trees, so there's lots of circles, but then also and I've tried to repeat circles down here. The other thing I've got going is sort of stripes of lines. So there's the stripes of lines in the trees, on the railings, and then horizontal lines where those steps are, and then a kind of decking here. So those are repeated elements of kind of these blob shapes, little circles, and the stripes are going to turn it into more of a coherent picture. So I'm going to go on to my kind of proper version now. So I've sketched out the same thing, altering it a little bit. I've added, it's very faint, I've added myself, my husband then, so dad of the children, and a little daughter over here now, and my son. So I'm now picking some colours. I don't want to use too many colours, I want to keep that quite limited, like the sort of elements are limited and the colours are going to be limited. So I've got this brown that's going to be the trees, and I'm just having a little go at how I'm going to draw the trees, quite a stylised way. And then I'm going to use this quite dark blue, which I use light next to brown, and I might take a few goes at doing this painting, so I'm going to start now and probably finish it on the next video because I'll want areas to dry. So I've got my scrap bit of paper and I've got some little watercolours, nothing special, just some cheap little, I think they're the Koh-i Noir ones that I've got off the internet. They cost about £5, and a very simple, quite small brush that's got a flattish end, but you can turn it and get that kind of thinner end. So there's a few things I can do with it. I can do thin lines but fat lines as well. So I'm going to start by doing my trees. So I've got the apple tree there. It's got branches coming over. And there's some more apple trees over here. So a very idyllic bit of life of apple trees and children, little children, very happy time. Now I'm going to add some of the apples. Again, those are the circular bits. So I'm going to have lots of smallish apples all around my tree. And of course your pictures will be totally different because we all live very individual lives, but it's a good idea to think about the elements within your picture. You still want this to look like a good picture, and so simplify with colours and repeat shapes, I would advise. I've got my tree there. So it's been quite therapeutic, really, thinking now what would be the first thing I'd have a go at for this story of my life. I haven't started as a child even, really, have I? I've just started straight in. I'm going to have some flowers here. I'm going to give them as a different colour. I might go for a bit of yellow. You can't see that there. A bit of yellow. It's yellow, it's a bit mucky. Coming out a bit green. Oh, that's looking, oh, that's okay. I might put some these little flowers that are going to be here. And if I put some more of those over here to kind of balance the picture. Let's go for my sort of shrub over there. There was some shrubs, I think, over there. And I'm going to go back to my blue. I'm going to just water it down a bit on my scrap of paper. I quite like these to bleed into the flowers so I get a kind of greeny colour. So just bleeding. So they're very loose circles over there. Now I want to put some leaves on my trees as well. So rather than going and getting a green from here, I want to just, as I say, use these simple 3 colours. So that blue, the brown, are 4 colours. I'm going to go for that yellow, mix with the blue and make a green that way. So I'm not actually adding a further green. A bit more yellow. These can be just little dots. So it's stylised, it's not a realistic looking picture because that's not the sort of storybook it is. Just enjoying doing it, not any kind of great plan before I start, which is often the best way. Never looks like what you plan it's going to look like anyway, so just make it up as you go along. Always fun. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here and continue on in video number 2. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe, that'd be very kind. Okay, see you in video 2.